What's up, guys? One Koala Man here, bringing you episode number 55 of our fairy tale reviews. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit that like button down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel, because I welcome every single one of you, new and old, to the channel with open arms. And these arms are the widest of open. But hit that subscribe button if you are new and you would like more fairy tale reviews. And I'm thinking of bringing different kinds of reviews, not necessarily anime, maybe movie. I don't know. I'm still debating with that in my head. But anyways, be sure to follow me on Twitter and answer the question of the day, both which will be in the description down below, so give those a bit of a look. And hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. If I'm not forgetting anything, let's get this mother underway. So we start today's episode off back where we left off last episode, and that is the Naked Mummy Guild ambushing Natsu's sub-squad with Natsu, Gray, and Carla. And so it's pretty much Natsu and Gray, because Carla, I mean, what's she gonna do? Complain? Nag the whole time? Nag everybody to death? Probably. But it's Gray and Natsu versus the entire Naked Mummy Guild, including Big Bro Zato and Big Bro Gato. I forget which one's which, but they're both big brothers, and they just get creamed. Like, I was thinking, okay, I knew the Naked Mummy Guild would get wrecked, but I was thinking Big Bro Gato and Big Bro Zato would at least put up, you know, a decent fight. Their fight was so bad, we didn't even see it. Okay? Like, all we saw was Naked Mummy getting destroyed, and then Big Bro Gato and Big Bro Zato saying, like, they're gonna show Natsu and Gray, like, you know, what they're really made of. We didn't even see what happened, because we got cut back to a different part of the story. And it's a more important part of the story, or episode, whatever you want to call it. And it is back to the Jalal and Wendy situation. And Brain is saying, look, Wendy, you owe him for what he's done for you. And I'm thinking, like, what in the world has he done? He's been at the Tower of Heaven the whole time, and he's been, you know, evil the whole time. So what has he done for this cute little innocent Wendy to make her owe him? So I don't know, but apparently, like, okay, so Happy knows Jalal as being the evil guy that made the Magic Council blast Ethereon onto the Tower of Heaven. Real evil SOB. And Wendy knows him as, like, a sweet, kind guy. They must be talking about two different Jalals in this situation, because the last Jalal I seen was not sweet and kind. This mother was out for blood. Now, like I said before, we did not see this fight between Big Bro Gato and Big Bro Zato versus Natsu and Gray. All we see now is Big Bro Gato and Big Bro Zato on the floor, knocked out. And Natsu and Gray are trying to get answers as to where to find Wendy and where to find Happy. But the big bros aren't telling them. And then they see someone come by, and he's like in a cool jacket, and it's none other than the guy in the first arc, I guess you can call it, the Lullaby arc, Aragorn the Reaper. Aragorn is finally back, and he is back for revenge on Natsu. He's been saying that he's been training his butt off in preparation to fight Natsu again and to beat him. And so it's pretty much time wasted, because Natsu's gonna murder this man. But before we get into that fight, we go on to the other sub-squads, and we go to the Blue Pegasus boys, Eve and Ren. And they're getting ambushed by the Black Unicorn Guild, as we've seen last episode. And we see what magic they can use. And Eve, the blonde guy, can use snow magic, which is alright, I guess. And then Ren is cooler than Eve, because he uses wind magic, and he, like, made this dome around the, like, a few of the members of the Black Unicorn Guild, and it was like sucking the air out, so they were pretty much choking. That is intense. That is an intense magic right there, okay? How would you like to be in that dome, not being able to breathe? I'd be done. And we go to the Lamia Scale sub-squad, and they are getting ambushed by the Red Hood Guild, like I mentioned before, which has been mentioned in the last episode. But the Red Hood Guild uses Picto Magic, which is what Redis from Fairy Tail uses. And they, like, they all get their sketch pads, they're all magic pencils or whatever. They can summon anything they put their minds to. And you know what they summon? they summon the biggest and baddest SOBs you can possibly summon. They summon these little guys, and these are the best mofos in all the land. And it's just ridiculous. I don't know why they wasted their time bringing up these things, and these things are putting in work against Jura, Leon, and Sherry, but eventually they, you know, get their footing and they beat the heck out of these little squirrel things. And then the Red Hood gang, or Red Hood guild, finally puts their magic to good use, and they summon a wyvern, which is like this big giant green dragon, and that actually gives the Lamia Scale guild a run for their money. But they eventually beat it, and they beat the squirrels, and they beat the Red Hood guild. So all those dark guilds that work for the Irrational Sace, which is freaking pathetic, honestly, they all got destroyed. And we go back to the Natsu and Aragorn fight, and I never thought I'd say that again. Natsu versus Aragorn again. Whew! They got a rivalry, that's for sure. But Natsu and Aragorn are going at it, and Natsu is on a whole other level, which is what Aragorn points out to himself. He's like, how am I supposed to keep up with this guy? And he gets the upper hand, and then of course Natsu gets the upper hand, like the main upper hand, and he just blasts Aragorn away. Natsu for the win. Natsu got 2, and Aragorn is 0. So, when are they going to have their next rematch? I have no idea. And eventually, the Dark Guilds eventually tell the sub-squads where the hideout is for the Irrational Sace. And like I said, it's in the abandoned village in the west, and it's in like this little cave area. And so, back to Jura, Leon, and Sherry. Jura tells that Leon and Sherry to go on to the west because he can sense like an immense power coming. So I don't know who it is, I don't know who they are, if there's more than one. So Jura says he's gonna intercept them, or whoever they may be, while Leon and Sherry go down to the cave. And with all this Dark Guild talk, and all this, like, you know, sub-squads beating the Dark Guild, remember when Ichiya was like getting ambushed by whatever guild? Well, it turns out he's a little bit tied up at the moment. Figuratively and literally tied up. So in this time being, Natsu's sub-squad finally makes it to the village, and they're yelling out Happy's name, they're yelling out Wendy's name, and then Racer intercepts them, and so it's Natsu and Gray versus Racer, but then, like, okay, so Racer's running, and Gray manages to stop him. So that's pretty freaking crazy. He manages to stop the fastest man alive. And he stops him dead in his tracks, gives Natsu and Carla enough time to go down into the cave. And so now it's Gray versus Racer by himself. So once Carla and once Natsu go into the cave, they notice this man just standing there with blue hair. So, in other words, Jalal got revived. Wendy's crying, saying, please forgive me, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. She's so, like, you know, like, apologetic. She's so, timid, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. And she's just crying her eyes out, and she just keeps apologizing. And Natsu notices that it's Jalal, and he just gets angry, with, like, burning up with anger. And he goes after Jalal, but Jalal, man, my gosh, dude. Like, you'd think Jalal would just, like, slap him out of the way or something. No, Jalal puts, like, a full freaking blast to Natsu's face. And then that's the end of Natsu right there. And then Brain's like, wow, this guy is really freaking powerful. And then Jalal turns his back to Brain and wrecks Brain. So Jalal is a lone wolf at this point. And he just walks out nonchalantly and just leaves the squad laying there and leaves Brain laying there. But eventually the squad escapes from the cave, and Brain is thinking like, oh man, what am I gonna do about Jalal? And he's thinking like, oh wait, no way he's gonna use that Nirvana for himself. So Brain is thinking like, Jalal is gonna use all the power of Nirvana for himself so he can get all this power. And he's saying like, he's yelling out into the sky or into the roof of the cave. He's like, Cobra, can you hear me? And Cobra's hearing is freaking on point. So he's telling Cobra, like, hey, intercept Jalal and stop him before he gets to Nirvana. And Cobra's like, I hear you loud and clear, boss man. I can also hear that coward's footsteps. So that's freaking nuts, dude. how crazy Cobra's hearing is. But anyway, I'm assuming we're gonna see Cobra versus Jalal soon. So that's gonna be a pretty epic fight because Cobra and Cubelios are a pretty nasty duo, if I do say so myself. But back to that Gray and Racer fight. That fight is getting really heated. Kind of odd to say since, you know, Gray's ice magic, but whatever. But it's getting really heated, and Racer sees the squad, you know, flying away, and he tries to stop them, but Gray manages to stop Racer again. And so he's telling the squad, like, hey, you better get back to Urza. Urza really needs your help, guys, okay? I'll deal with Racer by myself, and you guys hurry up and go to Urza, save her life, and, you know, all that good stuff. And so the squad goes on, and now this fight between Gray and Racer is really about to kick it off. And then we see Jalal, and Jalal's got a bit of a wardrobe change. He stole the unconscious Aragorn's coat, and he's using it for himself, and the only words we hear him say the entire episode is Urza. So I don't know what the heck he wants to do with Urza, or what his purpose is for saying Urza, and I'm sure we're going to get our answers as the episodes progress. But that is the end of the episode of Fairy Tail. I know I was all over the place. Bear with me though, guys. I apologize for being all over the place. I'll be like Wendy, I'll cry. I'll apologize left and right. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this episode, because that is the end of it. Alrighty guys, so today's question of the day is, which character, since we've been reintroduced to Aragorn and Jalal's even made a comeback, which character from the past episodes would you like to see make a comeback in the series? Whether it's a good guy, whether it's a bad guy, whether it's a freaking nobody, whoever it may be, leave it down in the comment section below. My answer is I want to see my boy Loxus come back. I know he's gonna come back because A, I'm all caught up with all the Fairy Tail episodes, and B, he was just too important in the story to not bring him back, you know? So I want him to come back. I don't know when he's gonna come back, but I know he's coming back. But let me know down in the comment section below, what character do you want to make a comeback? And with all that said and done, guys, as always, keep it cool.